How are we, everybody? My 7 TV is broken again. Classic. Hold on.
Moo!
Let me reload and see if this works. Nope, still stuck. Oh well. Anyway. We are back. We are back. As you can see in the title, new outfit will be Sunday. It will be Sunday. Woo! So that's exciting. And then we have today Hades 2 finally released. I know it was in early access for a bit. I tried to not play much of early access. I opened it briefly and then was just like, let me wait. Like right when it was in early access. So I know they've been like doing stuff to it, whatever. It is now fully released. So I wanted to play that. And I was playing Rust last night and ran into more of the guys from the Blood Church and decided to go join it. So we have to do that today. I talked to them yesterday. I sat down with Father Billy, played well enough, with Father Billy and did a little like interview. And I want to join the Blood Church. I want to do it. Just sorry I didn't stream it. It was just late night and I wasn't streaming. So I held off. He was like, yeah, come by later if you want to like actually join and do the ceremony, but I held off so I could do it on stream. So if they are on today later, I think Father Billy has to be the one to do it. I think only like one person can actually add you to a faction. So yeah, we're gonna join the Church of the Blood God. It's great. They live near the Poop Deli, so I should still be able to operate the Poop Deli easily. Yeah. So that's wonderful. So now everything we do from now here forward, chat included, is for the Blood God. Just making that clear. So we did our interview. Everything went well. It was funny because he did this thing where we were on the we're trying to go across the bridge and they built across the bridge so that there are like doors with locks and you can't get across. You can't get like a horse across. You can't get a bike across, whatever. And they were like, if you would like a day pass to have free passage through, you can, but you have to do this thing. You have to do a little work for us. And they brought me into this place that's like under the bridge. And it was a call center. And it, it had like phones set up with the speakers. So like when someone makes a call, you can hear both sides if you're standing next to them. So we're in this call center and they're like, you have to follow the script and make a few calls, and then we'll give you the day pass. And the script on the wall was just a sign in Rust that was painted, and it just said like the script was Seer fucks horses while Wake watches from the cuck chair. And that was the script. So I was like, oh, I got this one. And so I made some calls and I got my day pass to go across the bridge. So yeah, and then after that I told him, he was like, wait, you said you were interested? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm interested in joining the Blood Church. So yeah, quite exciting, we can go do that, and then that way we have some like end game stuff, or people we can do end game stuff with, which will be nice. Archon also hopped on yesterday, so he's living in the Poop Deli with me now. So we have Archon, who came along as like my lackey. He'll probably join the Blood Church with me if he keeps playing, so that's good. I did donate blood at the blood drive, yes, and I collected human skulls during it. One of the guys from the Blood Church also gave me a bag with a head in it, so I have that too. So I think I'm gonna serve human flesh at the Poop Deli. I think that'll be really nice. So yeah, there's a lot coming together. It's all coming together. You know, the building phase was there, and now yeah, we're getting toward the ability to really do some business with the deli. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice. And we can do so with the Blood Church. They can be employees if they'd like. That'll be lovely. And yeah. Hooray. Feed the human flesh to the horses, convert to poop. That's what I was thinking, because we have to basically, like, the major two factions, they have to, like, collect wood and scrap and things and give them to this, like, terminal, and then they can, like, level up and unlock more stuff as they do it. For the Church of the Blood God, they have a terminal too, but you just give it blood. And so you have to kill other players and take their blood and then feed it to the machine. So if you join the Church of the Blood God, you're putting yourself in a faction where, like, mechanically you have to kill people, which I think is really fun, really fun. So yeah, we'll do that, which is cool. And it's a lot of people in there that I, like, know of, but I haven't really ever interacted with much, which is fun for me. I want to, like, make sure I'm doing that, and that way the people that I'm, like, good friends with on the server, I'm going and killing them. You know what I mean? Like, it's all in good fun. GG's. I want to go kill them and take their blood. I'm not even gonna rob their shit. I'm just gonna kill them. So yeah, it'll be great. And I think I could maybe snake tongue some people, snake tongue them a little bit, and get them to donate their blood and just let me kill them. And I'll be like, don't worry, I won't rob you. I just need to take your bones and flesh and squeeze the blood out of it. That's all. I just need to dismember a little bit. So we'll have fun. We'll have fun with it. It'll be great. I need to hop on late when Michi's on. She's on, like, now. I think she's on, like, in the morning hours into, like, my afternoon. But yeah, so I gotta get her to donate her blood to the church. I also gotta figure out, you know, I was gonna do Hades too and then Rust. I wonder if we should do Rust first. But I feel like I don't think I can actually join the Blood Church until they're on. I think we need Father Billy, and what time does he stream? Let's see. I don't actually know. He might be on in, like, degen hours, but or he might be on, like, normal hours, whether he's streaming or not. A lot of people have been playing and then, like, not always streaming it. Oh yeah, he's a late night streamer. I see that. Okay. Yeah, we can just hop in there later then. Never would imagine GEEGA and Wubby joining together. I mean, how do I say this? People like that, like this type of group, and the sorts of people you see in this group, a lot of them are the types I get along with really well IRL. Same with, like, a lot of my friends from GTA. Those are the types of people I get along with IRL. I get along with everyone in general. I'm just a social person. I just get along with everybody. But those are the types of people I gravitate toward. I find that the flavor of humor and the things people talk about, whatever, there's not really a lot of that in the VTubing community. So you'll see me have all my VTuber friends and I love them and get along with them great, right? But then it's just really easy for me to, like, have a good time with these other types of people as well, right? And, like, these styles of humor. But I think because you're used to seeing the former, it makes people think, like, oh, that's her sense of humor, that's what she likes, that's the type of community she's in, blah blah blah, right? But yeah, no, I definitely code switch a lot, and which I don't mind doing. It's natural, it's fine, and it's fun. But they remind me of my IRL friends. You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of like where I'm comfortable. And I'm comfortable everywhere, but that's just, like, the natural gravitation. So I feel like every time I join a big creator server, people see me interact with groups that they're like, oh, I didn't think this would be where you'd end up or things like that. But to me, when I look at it myself from my perspective, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, guess you touched a lot of grass in your time. Absolutely. I mean, I had an entire career, not just a job, an entire career before streaming. Have always been social. Am from a big city where you have to talk to people to do anything. You know, like it's just how it is, and I've always been out there. Natural poop core affinity. Yeah. I mean, also, like, I have just a fuck ton of brothers and my cousins too. A lot of them are male, and I spend so much time with my family. Always. More so than just friends. And so whatever they're like, I mean, you know, it's my natural state or whatever. So, but I also like putting myself in situations I'm uncomfortable in too. Not uncomfortable, but less comfortable. So I'll also try to go out of my way to, like, if I've just been streaming with friends that have like a certain type of humor, if there's a chance to go do stuff with people that are very different, I just will always take it. I just always put myself in situations that are like changed where I can. I don't really like stagnating socially. I feel like if I only hang out with the same people all the time forever and I never make new friends, I never throw new groups of people, like new combinations of people together, whatever, I just like get bored of it, and I'm like, we need something fresh here, you know? So I'm always trying to like make shit happen with that. Is coconut in the blood god church? I don't know. Great job at the Church of the Blood God call center. Do you have a timestamp or clip of it? I really want to watch it. I don't know. It was late at night and I feel like I blacked out and I just said whatever. After I hung up that phone, I was like, was that good? I don't know. So sometimes you do a bit and you just black out. I felt like that was me. If anyone's got the link, put it in the Discord. Or from Will's VOD. Yeah, please do. I want to watch it. I also want you guys to see. I want you guys to see the call center. It was so funny. I wish I was streaming during that. The call center is really good. It's good to know that they'll prioritize building and operating like something stupid. So if I actually start doing like crazy shit with the poop deli or something, like a few of them would probably do it with me. So. Yep. So you and Archon interview? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna join. I was just dragging him along. He probably will if he keeps playing. He's not really much of a Rust player. It's kind of like baby's first Rust. So I was just dragging him around, showing him stuff, and then we ran into them while we were there. So he was like, fuck it. But he's at heart also like a role player, you know. Like that's almost all of his streaming activity is just role play. So people in Will's chat were like, "Oh, it's the poop deli girl." Because fucking Wubby keeps saying poop girl. He just keeps calling me poop girl. It's terrible. Yeah, he was like, what should I call you? I've been calling you poop girl this whole time. And I was like, well, my name, you could call me my name. That works. Oh, man. Shit was so funny. I still think number 2 on Yelp is my most favorite thing. I want to make a neon sign though. I was thinking of asking Haas if he could give me what I need to make a neon sign. We need better like taglines for it and everything. We need more. When I saw you were poop girl, I was like, yeah, that tracks. I just, you know, I could join a faction and go grind wood and stone or whatever, or I could just run the poop deli, you know? Like, I know what's important to me, so. Yep. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that later, because I think a lot of the people I'm gonna start playing with more are later hours in general, on later hours, so. We'll probably do, well, we will do Hades 2 first. Hades 2 first. Because it's release day. And it released only like, what, 3 hours ago? Shit just released, so I want to play it. Again, I played a little of early access, but not much, because I didn't want to full spoil myself. And I didn't want to, like, I wasn't sure how much content would actually be out in early access, so I figured, you know what? It would be best to just wait and go for full release. And that's what today is, so I'm excited. I'm excited. You ever hung out with friends IRL who also know your streaming name and they use your online name? No. No. Most of my IRL friends do not know what I do. They just think I'm still at my old work and working in tech. The ones I'm very close to, I've talked to about it, they do know. And they have no reason to ever call me by my username. I have friends that I've met online that knew me like as a username or usernames, because I didn't really stick to one. I like always changed it up for every game I played. I know a lot of people from online, and there are some that have kind of become part of like my IRL friend group, but they don't know anything either. some of them are aware I'm a streamer. A lot of them, I just log into a game and they see me there, and that's it. You know, I keep a lot of stuff pretty separate. So, yeah. Be kind of weird to have IRL friends watching your stream. I mean, I've, like, I do. It doesn't feel weird. You know what is weird? It's, so normally when you have friends, they only know about things you tell them about. And they talk to you and you catch them up on your life or whatever. Now, I'll have a friend that will be like, oh yeah, I heard you talking on stream about this thing. How's that going? Or, oh yeah, I popped in the other day. Glad to hear you're like, you know, not sniffly anymore. Feel better. And it's like a little weird to have your friends just know things without you having directly told them, because that's not what the IRL experience is usually. So that part can be a little weird, but not bad. It's just uncanny, but it's not a bad thing. But yeah, you do get used to it. You do get used to it. I do always get like, I get like straight up paranoid every time I see one of them in chat. If there's someone that's like a real friend of mine, you know, and they like IRL and they say something in chat, I'm always like, which one of you is going to slip up one day and say some stupid shit? Which one of you one day is going to be like, you know, see you later at this exact address or whatever. Like, and I don't think they actually will, but you know, there's always that like, there's always that thing in your mind, in the back of your mind where you're like, oh, you know, ooh. I don't know, man. I don't know. Your friends that knows you to respect the veil. Oh, absolutely. You guys would never know. You guys would never know. I don't like VIP or mod them or anything. You know, for the sake of like keeping that shit straight. But they are among you. They are among you. Absolutely. Because I mean, like, a lot of my close friends were always people that played games and watched streamers anyway, so it's not really, you know.
Do you imagine sharing an embarrassing story and a chatter saying, oh yeah, I was there for that faction redeems chat?
You know what I made them do too? Anyone who's an IRL friend, I made them unfollow my account and refollow sometime later on. I made them all do it. And not on the same day too. Which I know sounds crazy, but there are people who will like go camp. They'll like try to pull data of a list of like who's followed you, your follower list, and they'll try to like go back to the ones that followed you the longest time ago and try to find out like shit from that. That's a thing. So anyone who was like a real friend or like knew any info or anything, I made them all, when I started streaming, I told them all to like unfollow if they were following this account, and it made them follow sometime later. So they're all just kind of littered in with like the regular community, you know? Because I was nervous about that. And in that way, anything that was like an old follow was just like someone who played games or something. You know what I mean? But people do that. People do that. I've had some friends have some issues where people did that shit and then like tried to dox the people that were not creators, that like were early followers, and see if they could find a pattern. And then like if two of them live in the same town, they'd be like, ah, you know, shit like that. Very weird, very weird. But it happens. So yeah, when I before I started streaming on this account, I made them all unfollow. And I was like, oh, I'll ping you when to redo it, and it was just way later. Cause shit, it gets weird sometimes. Shit gets weird. But yeah. So hopefully that, you know, helps me, I guess. I don't know. It's funny how hard people work for that shit. Yeah, I mean, that's why I feel like people that do that kind of stuff, you can only ever just feel bad for them, you know? I'm like, man, you got nothing else, huh? you got nothing else that you're doing. It's just sad. So I follow should be a private thing. Yeah, I mean, there are ways that data can still be pulled. Either way, you know? Some stuff is just out of our control. You didn't tell your coworkers who you were on Twitch until you left the company? Really? They didn't even know your username. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I never told any old work friends about any of this stuff. It's only IRL friends that were like not related to work, or yeah, just like just people that I knew for a long time and played games with to begin with. That was it. So female streamers gotta be careful for sure. Everyone, but yeah, especially. People are crazy. People are crazy. And you could take every thing is you could take every precaution in the world, but like one thing can go wrong and it just nothing you did mattered, right? So I feel like it's maybe, I don't know if everyone else feels this way, but for me, I feel like when you are a creator past a certain size, it is inevitable that people know who you are, right? Like I feel like it's impossible, literally impossible for something to not get out. It's just a matter of what is it actually actionable? Can they do anything about it? How real is it? Is it just like I know there's some creators where people like know their first name, but that's it, you know? Stuff like that. And there's some people who've been like really well known for a long time who have not been like fully doxxed, like people can find them. They just know like some extra bits of info or something. Which is, you know, scary, but whatever. But I feel like there's always like something, right? Gotta see the field with misinfo. Yeah, I think I think that's the thing that's helped a lot of people is a lot of the time, this is the case with VTubers, a lot of the time when someone tries to like post info online and they're like, oh, I found them and there's this thing, blah blah blah, and here's all the evidence as to why it's true. A lot of the time it's not correct, but it's better to let people think it's correct. So I know a lot of people that don't go out of their way to necessarily like undo everything, just some things. And like if someone comes up with something that's incorrect, sometimes they'll go hard on that, so that way, you know, you're muddling it and people can't tell what's real. And that's one of the best ways you can do shit. Realistically, I always tell people, I'm like, before you like, if let's say you have a LinkedIn, change the info in it, write in some fake shit, some shit that's not real, put a different college, different job, different workplace, everything, and let it sit there for a few months and then delete it, right? And that way like incorrect info gets scraped. That kind of stuff. That's the, you have to like really like psyop this shit, but there are ways to like, you know, really muddle it. So yeah, wonder who's the most popular creator of whom least is known. I don't know. When it comes to Twitch streamers, there are a lot of Twitch streamers that are able to stay under the radar because they were always just kind of like homebodies and they just live in the middle of fucking nowhere, or maybe they don't, or whatever. They just live like in a house and they never leave it. And it's just kind of like, there's nothing to find, you know? There's nothing to find at all. Oh, yeah, your old coworkers asked if you had a Facebook. Yeah, I went out of my way a long time ago. I got rid of my Facebook like forever ago. I deactivated it. Like I was probably one of the first people deactivating out of all my groups of friends, you know, like forever ago. I made it when it was like first coming out, and pretty quickly was like, I don't like using this, and I don't like people just knowing shit. Even just like regular IRL people, I'm like, I don't want to post things and be like, hey everybody, I went here, hey everyone, here's pictures of this. I just like didn't enjoy it, so I got rid of it so early. And like this was before people were getting scared of like what information's online, blah blah blah. I just did it because I didn't like the experience. I wasn't thinking of it like that. But then over time, I was more grateful that I did that so early, because I was like, man, this shit's terrible. This shit's terrible. No, thank you. Done with that. Yeah, people post their whole lives online. They really do. They do it with Facebook and Instagram. I find not so much Twitter, but Facebook and Instagram, people post literally everything they do. All of their pictures, everything. And I'm like, this is just like, maybe you should just have this like privately on your computer for your own logs. Do other people actually care about this? I don't know. I don't know about that. So for me, I just never really did much with that stuff. Was never much of a fan, you know? Yeah, you said some people only communicate with Messenger. Yeah, that can be tough. They like require you to have it. Facebook is the main way to find jobs in your area of expertise. Really? That sucks. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Shit, man. Shit. I would hate that. Oh, I just got an email by, or not email, message by someone to check email for a Twitch Rivals thing for tomorrow. No, thank you. Nope.
On a separate note, are you excited and have plans for this year's spooky month? Whilst she's distracted polishes Boris's head again. Boris clean, Boris clean, Boris clean.
No. I don't have anything planned for like doing stream events or anything for October, because I feel like I'm not that into a lot of horror games. There's some that I like. It really depends. I don't hate the genre, I just hate the gameplay of a lot of games within the genre. I really don't have anything planned for it except for one thing. And that's when Little Nightmares 3 comes out. I'm going to play with Kenya. Let me see what day that is. That is October 10th. October 10th. So I asked her if she would play with me because it's duo sets in what, that's 2 weeks from now. It's 2 weeks from now. I thought it'd be funny because of like our whole bit. Yeah, where she's like, I have to be like GEEGA, I have to not be scared. I thought it'd be fun to do it with her. So I have that all set up. Outside of that, I don't have anything else for spooky month set up necessarily. I think it'd be nice to just not play horror games because everything's gonna be horror games everywhere. Like it's all anyone's gonna play. And when I play horror games and then I end stream and then I go watch other people do nothing but play horror games, you know, 2 weeks in, I'm kind of bored. Me personally, but that's because I don't like a lot of games within the genre. So Probably not. I think the only thing I would consider is maybe maybe Luigi's Mansion. Maybe I would do Luigi's Mansion. Because I do love Luigi's Mansion. But yeah, I'm not really looking to do like a spooky month where I just play spooky games constantly. I might. Play the most brightly colored happy game possible. Spooky month, and we're playing like Bug Snacks. You a fan of survival horror? They can be fine. I'm survival horror is just survival. The thing is, I don't care about games having horror elements or not. That does not make me like or dislike a game. That's not the problem. It's, do I like the gameplay? Do I like some survival games? Yes. Do I like games that are mildly puzzle-y, mostly story-oriented, and all you do is walk around and pick up objects in the same house over and over and slap them together, and it's just like obscure reasoning to make you walk through hallways? No. No, I'm looking at you, Silent Hill. I'm looking at you, some Resident Evil games. Like, no, I don't like that. Alien Isolation is a great one. Cool premise, but then you just spend the entire game stealthing, like, and hiding under a desk. You spend the whole game hiding under desks. Like, I just don't find that interesting. You know, I'm good. I'm good. Now, if it's some gameplay like that, but it's not too much of a slog to get through, it's not too difficult, and the point is to deliver a story. If the story is good, then I don't mind. The problem is the story with a lot of these games is like not that great either. So, you know, the games being horror is not a problem for me at all. Like, I in fact like horror if done well. I just find a lot of time like it just falls flat for me. I don't know. Not for me. Yeah, Amnesia is a big one, right? Yeah, you hide in the closet over and over, and it's just like, where's the gameplay? Where's the gameplay? So if the gameplay is fun, hell yeah, like then I would like it. But it has to be fun. So that's the problem. Yeah, Outlast was another one. Because I play video games to play games, or if it's story oriented, I really want to know what the story is. I want to get into that. I don't want to spend like 20 minutes stealthing between an area and it's kind of boring just to see the next cutscene. Like, it should just be a movie at that point, right? So, what do you feel about FNAF? I don't like FNAF. Gameplay is not fun for me. I don't think the story is that good. I don't really like animatronics as a horror element because I don't really find them that scary. Like, nothing in that game is scary to me. You just get startled by jump scares. That's it.
95% of horror stories, oh shit, I went to this place and there's evil ghost monster things. Escape and or kill it, but it's not actually dead.
Yeah, ooh, what happens next? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like FNAF. I don't like FNAF. I have watched the game theory videos about it. At one point I just watched all of them because I just binged them while I was eating. I always watch stuff while I'm like eating dinner or eating lunch or whatever. So I've watched like all of the lore videos on FNAF, and I just thought it was like not good. That's all. You know? That's all. Yeah, you said Resident Evil 4 is your favorite game, no contradictions. Yeah, I loved 4. I loved 4. 4 was good. Dead Space was fun. Dead Space was fun because I liked the gameplay of it. So I thought Dead Space was really good. Metroid Dread. A lot of Metroid games, some people will be like, this is not a horror game because it's not a jump scare game. But Metroid and Dread being like really scary during some parts, great. Loved it. Love the horror aspects because they deal with it really well. So I don't know. I still like the genre as a theme. I just don't like a lot of the gameplay within the genre tends to be not good. I don't know. Dying Light actually the first one and then the one we just played was kind of fun. I kind of enjoyed it. Like the parkouring and running from like fast zombies was more fun than like, you know, walking slowly through a hallway and killing slow zombies over and over. So I enjoyed that. Is Dread scary? It can be. It can be. It's more like the feeling of dread is constant rather than like this big jump scare moment, like tension, the jump scare release kind of cycle. So it feels a little different. The bramble. Yeah. Oh, man. I actually loved that. Not to spoil, but so I won't say the name of the game or anything, but the bramble, when you first go in there and you realize, like, this place is, like, spooky. I liked that a lot. I thought that was a great contrast to everything else. Or when you're in the middle of the watery area and it's very dark and you're underwater and you can't hear because everything's just, like, muffled. And you, like, don't even know what's in front of you, but you have to keep going forward. Great. Yeah, the DLC of that game as well. The DLC, so good. People were terrified during it, but it was so good. So, I do, like, as long as the gameplay's good, I like horror-themed things. You know, like, I love Halloween. Blood and Guts are great. It just has to be a fun game, that's all. That's all. So the thing, the problem is the stealth genre. Stealth genre or puzzle games that aren't like good puzzle games. You know? Again, we'll bring up like Silent Hill. You're in an old abandoned hospital and there are enemies fighting you and you go through a hallway and you go to this one room and you check everything in this one room and you find a piece of paper with 2 numbers on it. You have no idea what it is. Then you go to the next room over. Oh, there's like a little chipped fragment of a piece of wood. You pick it up. Okay, go to the next room. It's just like searching around and finding items and putting them together, and it's kind of puzzly, but it's not really like good puzzly at all. I'm talking about old Silent Hill. Yeah, I don't know, but the current one might be better. But the older ones, I felt that way about them. And I didn't really enjoy that. Because, like, again, if it's a puzzle game, I want it to be, like, good puzzles, and those kind of weren't. So I felt like all the time you spent going through hallways and, like, fighting these enemies, it just felt like I was wasting my time. Like, I just wanted to skip to the next bit. And then I didn't like the story enough for me to feel like it was worth it. So, yeah, that's why I didn't like that. That's 2 remake, exactly. Yeah, 2, the game was just like that. 2 was just like that. I wasn't a fan. Oh, they're messaging me about Twitch rivals tomorrow. No. I'm not streaming on main tomorrow. I'm not doing it. That's all them know. Like, difficulty with the non-stealth approach to horror is things stop being scary when you could just kill them. They can still be scary. I think Metroid Dread did a really, really good version of this where you start off the game being completely powerless to some of the, like, scarier enemies that chase you down. And you just have to run. You have to run and get away and not die. And it's very, like, adrenaline pumping and all of that. And then as you go through and play through more of the game, you pick up more items and more weapons, and you get stronger. And eventually you can fight back with those. They're still hard to fight, but eventually you can. And it still feels like you, like, just barely get through the fights with them sometimes. But yeah, I think like that way of, like, ramping it up so you can eventually kill them is good. You can eventually fight back. You know? Yeah, tomorrow's Babylon time, my boy. Exactly. Horror games usually have diminishing returns. They have to keep giving you more ammo and weapons, so by the end you're a god and it's not scary. Some of them do, some of them don't. I don't know. It depends on the game. I don't think that necessarily ruins it. It just depends on if it's fun or not. You know? Ooh. Yeah, you said there are times when you're playing games where you're unconsciously trying to skip ahead like it's a YouTube video. Yeah. That's how I felt a lot of the time when I was playing, like, a stealth horror game. I was like, you know what? I do want to know what happens in this story. I am interested. There's curiosity. But I'm not having fun with this gameplay at all. And I would just try to like rush through it. And that sucks because, you know, you do that and you don't really know if the story is good until you're like many hours into the game. So if you're many, many hours into it and you feel like you're not liking the story, it sucks. It just feels like wasted time, you know? So not a big fan, not a big fan. But then you have some that are really good. You've got like a Faith. Faith was really good. I enjoyed Faith a lot. I enjoyed yeah, Dread, obviously. Resident Evil 4. I'm trying to think, what are other like horror games that I really liked? I don't even know. I don't even know, but that comes to mind. Faith comes to mind for it. Amnesia? No, Amnesia was terrible. We said Dead Space earlier. Amnesia was terrible. Because you just hid in a closet over and over. The gameplay, I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Bullet sponges put you out of it, takes you out of the game. Yeah, like when you shoot one enemy 20 times, it's still not dead. I'm like, okay, are we, like, is this a glorified cutscene or like what are we doing here, you know? Yeah, I didn't like Soma either. Nope. So I don't know, whenever like October comes up, I'm like, oh, it'd be great to play games within the theme, but then there's so much gameplay within the theme that I don't like. So I always kind of struggle to find stuff that I want to play in October. So I try to not try too hard to find horror games to play during the month, right? Where I can. Yeah, I think Luigi's Mansion is the one for me. I think that's the one for me. It's gonna have to be Luigi's Mansion. It's gonna have to be. I feel like we've played other horror games, and I just like can't think off the top of my head. There are a lot of indie ones that are good, because indie games kind of like have to have good gameplay for people to buy them. Like it's more dire. So there's some indie games I've really liked. Most powerful fear response you ever got in a game was when your power grid went down in Satisfactory at hour 200. Oh. Uh-oh. Well, we'll find shit to play no matter what, whether it is in the horror theme or not. We will. You want more Thalassophobia games? Yeah, I didn't dislike Subnautica, but it felt kind of tedious, so I would play it, and I would feel like I was enjoying myself, and then I would just get bored at some point, because a lot of, like, I don't know, I just felt like the survival aspects were a lot. They were a lot. I felt like it took so much time, and I didn't want to have that gameplay loop of constantly going out and like grab a little fish you could drink for water, like that. I was okay. I was okay not having that. You know what? Oh, you know what game I miss that I really liked in the horror genre? Dead Rising. You remember Dead Rising? Remember that? Being in that mall filled with zombies and just like carnage, just ripping into them with like, you know, a baseball bat and everything. Oh, game was so good. And you'd like take pictures of them and you'd be like, yes, yeah, wow, what a good picture, yes. He says this little quip every time you take a picture. Oh, that was good. That game was goofy as hell. It was. Do people consider Inscription a spooky game? Ooh, yeah. Oh, actually, Inkshade. We played Inkshade recently. That was fully horror themed, like cosmic horror. But the gameplay was not about that. It was just keeping it creepy, but it was a strategy game. That game was really fun. I want to go back and play more of it. I did, after streaming it, I went and played quite a bit of it, and I want to go back and finish. Inkshade was great, though. I'll show you. It felt very Inscription-y. We've got this, like, witty DM character across the table from you. It was great. It was great. And I loved that the game was so dark. Usually I hate games being too dark, but this game used the darkness as like a mechanic, so you couldn't see all the enemies that were coming in. It ended up being like a fog of war kind of thing. So when you played and you had your pieces on the board, there were also segments where you get up from the board and you walk around, kind of like Inscription, but yeah, they had like those shadows on the left and right. There could be a piece there and you might not know that they're there, and if you hover them, you won't see their health and stats because it's too dark to see them. So there would always be like pieces lurking in the shadows. That game was really good. I liked it. So I have to go play more of that. Would you play No, I'm Not a Human? No, I have no interest in that game. Actually, I have negative interest in that game because I really don't like looking at the art from it. And this doesn't mean the art is bad. I don't mean that. I derive negative enjoyment from it, from looking at it. Yeah, it just looks gross. I just don't like things that look like gross, but they're not like fun gore. They went for the full uncanny vibe, which I get. But it's not like I look at it and I'm like, ooh, it's spooky. Ooh, I just look at it and I'm like, ew. You know what I mean? I think it's because I'm not easily like scared or like unsettled. I just look at it and I go, ew. And so for me, it doesn't really do much, I guess. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, just disgust. Yeah, it's the same way I feel about Stardew Valley. Yes, the same way I look at the character portraits from Stardew and the overall color palette and everything, and I'm like, this game just looks gross. That's just me. That's just me. I don't think the art is bad. I think it's good. I think it's well done, and it suits like the purpose of the game really well. It's done so well for what it's supposed to do. It just doesn't like... It's not for me. It's not for me. So, I'm good. I'm good. Stardew? Yeah, Stardew looks gross. Yeah. That's just me. And I don't expect everyone to feel what I'm feeling when I say that. I feel like that's an unpopular opinion. I don't like the color palette, the shading on everything. They do like this really heavy, high contrast shading. I don't like the way any of the characters look. I, in fact, really dislike all of the character art. And then on top of that, I don't find any of the character personalities endearing either, so it doesn't really, like, fix it for me, I guess. I don't know. Something about the game, when I look at it, it feels uncanny and unsettling, and, yeah. Not for me. Not for me. Oh yeah, we played Slay the Princess. We played Dredge. Those were two incredible games that I would put in the horror genre. Absolutely. I always wanted to play Limbo. I did want to play that one. Maybe we could do Limbo. Oh, what was that? What's that game? You know, game that I guess is kind of like horror, maybe, that I really like. What's that one where you just wait and it counts your IRL clock? Is it called The Long Wait? Oh, The Longing, The Longing. You know this game, The Longing? Where you're just like this little goblin-looking dude? I like that game, actually, and I would not say it's like the scariest game, but I love the premise of it. I love it as like a whole piece. It's the one that looks like this. You're this little goblin dude, and you're like waiting for the king to come back, and you have to legitimately just wait, and you could just like open the game and move him around to a spot, walk around and like inspect everything within the castle if you want, and like not much changes. Yeah, it's Sisyphus core. Yeah. And enough time passes and something does happen, and depending on like what you do, you get different endings. I really like that game. Yeah, you're like you're a scrimblow bimblow with bright eyes, and you're like this little like house goblin. And the timer on top is when he actually comes back. And you just let the game sit there. You just let the game sit. And eventually he comes back. And depending on like how much you log in and do, you know, things do change in the game over time when you're at certain like day markers. That changes what happens with the ending. So I like that game. I found it really interesting. But it's funny because sometimes there's nothing to do in that game but wait. Or not sometimes, all the time. There's nothing to do in that game but wait. And a lot of people like left the game open for a year as much as they could, thinking that like something would happen, but not really. Not really. It's just it's great because the game is building up like what the character is feeling, where you're just like just quietly waiting. You're just like, okay, what's gonna happen? Waiting for the king to come back. All right. You just kind of walk around. It's really good. I'm looking at the screenshots of it too right now on Steam, and it's like it's so good because you're just this little scrungly guy, and they put you in these like huge environments where you're just small. You're just really small, and just watching him like walk around. You also walk very slow. You don't like run in this game, so you have to trudge around. It's so good. It is so good. I think that would be fun to actually like play that game on stream, like open it, and then we just occasionally check in on it. We should do that. We should do that. We should play The Longing. How long is it? Was it 400 days? Yeah, you have to wait for him for 400 days. Maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. We could start it. We could start it during October, maybe. How about that? During the New Babylon bunker arc as a time sink. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. All right, anyway, we're gonna into stream, and I want to play Hades. I want to play Hades. I want to just get into it today. Raw.